Hey there, Bird Dog fam. It's Ellie here, aka QBDG, Queen Bird Dog Guru, here in BDRE, Bird Dog Real Estate. So, today we're going to be talking about the future of investing, and this is part 2. So, if you check last week, we did talk about the surface level of what the future of investing is. And so, I'm not really talking about like a new investing strategy, a new idea. This is something that is actually coming directly from the U.S. Department of the Treasury. So if you pay attention to the executive order that was signed by the president in March 2022, Executive Order 14067, if you pay attention to sections 4 and 5, which are the ones that I emphasize currently based on the fact that this is more of our industry and what we are focused on, there's a lot of information in there that lets us know about the actual currency update of our country. So while people were fascinated in the concept of real estate investing in the traditional way, it's not only is that, what makes most of millionaires, is what helps secure people's wealth. So on the flip side, recently, we've learned a lot about cryptocurrency and digital currency. So in Executive Order 14067, especially emphasizing sections 4 and 5, which you can find on the Bird Dog Real Estate website, you do have it in detail where you can utilize cryptocurrency, what the U.S. Department of the Treasury calls crypto assets. You can utilize those tools for real estate investing, whether that's property tokenization or utilizing cryptocurrency to purchase property. And so I'm bringing this to our group to make sure that we have a leg up on what's going on. It's some people who do talk about property tokenization as far as, NFTs and real estate. And we do have an ebook on that, which will be getting updated now that we have the information from the U.S. Department of the Treasury. And so with that information being shared more, we do have our group, Cryptocurrency and Blockchain Investors, on our website, where we deep dive into this particular topic, considering the fact that it's no longer just an interest as far as digital investing. Okay, this is something that the government is recognizing. Not only are they recognizing it for people doing it independently, the government themselves are creating their own CBDCs, which are central bank CBDC, central bank digital currencies. So the country itself is creating its own centralized currency. So it's no longer really a choice of whether, I want to get into digital currency or cryptocurrency, stuff like that. It's no longer a choice. It's just, okay, now that this is a thing in the government, now I have to see how I'm going to utilize it in my own life and in my business. So that is what we're discussing in these particular sets of videos that I'm going to be covering. And a lot more of this particular content is already on our website. So just make sure you check that out so you can learn more information. Okay, so this is a post from earlier today. This is Crypto Asset Analysis, Real Estate Tokenization, Financing, and Interest Payments. By studying the financial innovations of the United States government, we as real estate investors are able to adapt to the changing financial markets. Banking and financial infrastructure affect the investing space in general. As real estate professionals, we see how this adaptation affects private and hard money lending institutions. Learning about property tokenization and fund lending on the blockchain gives us full insight on how the financial innovations affect the real estate investing industry. Read more in our Cryptocurrency and Blockchain Investors group on our website and app. So, in the group, we have this section where it's starting off saying, Section 5 of Executive Order 14067 covers the use of crypto assets for consumers, investors, and businesses. As business owners and investors in the real estate investing industry, we must analyze the aspects we can utilize and that affect us most. And so here, let me turn this sideways so y'all can see it better. Here we have a chart. I'm trying to get it to turn sideways. There we go. We have a chart showing the utilization of cryptocurrency. I hope it's not backward for y'all. But basically in this chart, and this is part of the executive order, which you can download from our website, it's basically just showing the usage of cryptocurrency and DeFi, decentralized finance. And it just goes to show you how much we are advancing as a society in general. Like I said, this was an interest of different individuals before. Now, with the recognition of the United States government, it's no longer just an interest that people can dabble in. It's now necessary for people to learn about this concept. As we already know, remember back in 2020 when the coin shortage was a thing, and back when people were saying that they don't accept cash anymore. There are still places who say they don't accept cash dollars. They only accept debit and credit card payments. So with that being the reality of today, we have to recognize and keep up with the times. Okay, well, if that's already happening in my everyday life, if I just go to a regular dollar store, if I'm just going to a regular place to go get services done, okay, well, us as real estate professionals, we have to recognize how this is going to affect our workspace as well. And so I'm just going to read a few passages these are directly from the executive order. Like I said, you can find them and download them and read them for yourself on our website. Okay. This is in part 3, crypto asset market trends, uses, and opportunities. While features of crypto asset projects and technologies vary significantly, a common feature attributed to the use of blockchain technology is a reduced reliance on intermediaries, including the possibility to facilitate the secure transfer of value between parties without the use of a mutually trusted third party. So here in real estate, right? All right. When people have to close a deal and they have to use certain types of financing, it's usually, okay, we have to go from this institution with the money, go through this other institution to do something with transfers of money, then it gets to the title company. What they're saying here in this passage is that you can just skip straight to closing the deal. You don't have to go through, like they said, intermediaries or a mutually trusted third party. There are no more third parties when it comes to this. It's a much quicker transaction, and it eliminates the amount of people or institutions needed in order to complete a transaction. The distributed model of record keeping and computing also introduces the possibility of more direct peer-to-peer and fully automated transactions, which together may produce future benefits associated with faster settlement of financial transactions, new financial products, and direct access to asset networks by individual consumers, investors, and businesses. So like I said, not only is it quicker, it's less individuals to have to deal with in the middle of a transaction. So we all know it can take anywhere from like 3 days to a week for a deal to close, not because the buyer has a financial issue. It's simply because of the way our financial system is already set up. People weren't necessarily complaining about it too much. However, with these innovations in our financial markets, it's now eliminating that issue. It's very likely for someone, and people are already doing this, to be very honest with you, it's very likely for someone to close a real estate transaction with cryptocurrency versus cash or funding, or alternative funding, because of how quick it is. Okay? To date, however, competing technologies, applications, and paradigms for adoption have produced a patchwork of systems that have yet to deliver, separately or collectively, on many of the promised benefits for consumers, investors, and businesses, including complete disintermediation or satisfactorily addressing some of the drawbacks of moving away from an intermediated model of finance. These and other rapidly evolving dynamics are likely to impact the degree to which these products and services are more widely adopted over time. So, with us being the first hand, being able to get this information and being the first to utilize it within the real estate investing industry, we're going to be the ones helping with help, not necessarily normalize, but get the kinks out of whatever is confusing within these processes. So once you become familiar with blockchain investing in general, you're already familiar with real estate, right? Once you become familiar with blockchain investing, things are going to be a lot easier as far as title companies being able to utilize these products. So what you could do is honestly, like, you could send them different posts, like whether it's posts directly from the Bird Dog Real Estate page with these particular passages in there, or it's other people who are discussing property tokenization and different things of that matter. You could send them to the different title attorneys, whether it's in your area or if you know them across state lines or internationally, whatever the case may be. Them knowing about this update in the financial systems, which they already should, it's just they may not have it updated in their own system because it's not as urgent. It really isn't that urgent right now for them. However, it is leading up to that point, which is why it has now been implemented by the U.S. Department of the Treasury, which is why I'm also speaking on it now. While it's getting more normalized, people also need to educate themselves more on how to do things properly and ethically, because there are ways to do things, but are you doing it ethically, and are you doing it according to how it should be done properly? Are you skipping too many steps? Because it's quick, easy, and fast. However, are you doing it correctly? It's also that aspect. So with us being early in getting familiar with these particular concepts, even if you don't do a blockchain transaction or property tokenization within the next year, at least you'll know about it. At least you'll have some sort of education or knowledge or insight on what's going on versus someone else who has no idea what's going on. By the time 2025 gets here and people are using their phones to complete real estate transactions, they're going to be lost simply because they didn't do any type of studying or any type of updating of the mindset in order to get these types of things done. Okay? So this is just speaking on the normalization of DeFi. At the same time, the number of centralized and decentralized platforms available to consumers, investors, and businesses has proliferated, offering the possibility to engage in an ever-changing variety of financial as well as non-financial activities. Different types of crypto assets, including cryptocurrencies and other native fungible coins and tokens, NFTs, and tokenized forms of traditional assets, has developed at different rates. So when they say tokenized forms of traditional assets, tokenized form of what is real estate, a traditional asset. So by us recognizing that we can tokenize traditional assets, that opens up doors for being able to create more financial opportunities with that same asset. And there are different Web3 platforms that have already created ways for, if you're our landlord, right? Renters are now able to pay their rent with cryptocurrency. It's not even so much, hey, send it from this particular address, blockchain address, to this other blockchain address. It's a lot of like, hey, this property's tokenized, so here's our system. You could pay your rent easy like this. And it's quick. It's not, oh, I gotta write a check and then deposit it, wait for it to deposit, all that. It's not even, oh, I'm gonna send a digital payment, oh no, it got stuck for 3 days and blah blah blah. Nah, like, it's literally I'm sending my money within minutes sort of thing. And then by you being able to document it on the blockchain, it's a different way of record keeping. Instead of having like all paper and then you lose the paper trail, it's all documented on the blockchain. Current uses and opportunities in crypto assets for consumers, investors, and businesses. I'm going to skip down. Well, I'm going to mention one that's, relevant to us. The first one is crypto asset based alternatives to traditional financial products and services. And so, yeah, that, that applies to us as real estate professionals. Where if you're a lender, this is very, very attractive to you guys. So you guys would be able to create more of an opportunity for your lending to not just have, it's like you're lending the money out. You already have like a lien on the property, or you're part owner of the property, whatever the case is. However, you have your agreement set up. By utilizing crypto assets, you're able to make more money, and more than just getting your payment back, whether it's monthly payments or payment as a whole. It's you're able to tokenize that, and you're able to lend and get a higher interest or percentage back because of the way that cryptocurrency works. Let's say, a group of individuals, they are buying a property with your lending. By tokenizing that particular asset or using cryptocurrency on the blockchain to do that transaction, they're able to pay you in different forms to where it's going to decrease the amount of late payments. Because since it's more creative, there's less of an excuse for there to be late payments or no payment at all. It goes really deep, and the executive order explains it a lot more, so I'm gonna go into it. Specific uses which are in various stages of development or implementation include financial markets, products, and services that use native crypto assets consist primarily of trading, lending, and collateral activities of other crypto assets, and are generally speculative in nature. Limited instances of use as a medium of exchange for goods and services. Market and payment system infrastructures for traditional assets being permissioned blockchains, and technological innovations to transform commercial activities to attract more significant adoption, more of which are at the pilot stage and face obstacles. So like I said, we are in the beginning stages of this. However, by educating yourself on this now, you'll be able to utilize it to the fullest extent by the time this is fully implemented in all industries. So with us being real estate professionals, we're really the pinnacle of a lot of financial wealth and growth. People utilize real estate to solidify their net worth in a lot of ways. So by learning about decentralization, DeFi, by learning about crypto assets in general, and then applying it to the real estate industry, we're able to have a leg up and be able to utilize it for more than just having a net worth. It's like I have my net worth, and I'm able to financially benefit from this by tokenizing this property or by using cryptocurrency in this way. The following discussion addresses relevant issues with both native and tokenized use cases, as well as potential opportunities, including the role of technological innovation. While the discussion contains examples of potential opportunities using blockchain technology, crypto asset transactions using CEXs at present generally occur off-chain rather than on-chain. It should also be noted that technologists disagree about the value of certain use cases and the potential utility of blockchains more generally. Native crypto asset financial markets, products, and services. Native crypto asset activities take a variety of forms. As with other crypto asset related activities, the form of the activity may be less relevant than its underlying function. As noted above, the most predominant use cases to date consist of trading, lending, and investing. Although there are efforts underway to increase the sale of other consumer use cases, adoptions by U.S. adults of cryptocurrency to date, which has been growing, has primarily been for investing purposes, with the adoption for payments or remittances remaining limited. According to the Survey of Household Economics and Decision Making, aka SHED, conducted by the Federal Reserve in October and November 2021, 12% of adults in the United States held or used cryptocurrencies in the year prior substantially. So I'm going to read that last part again because this is what I'm saying. This survey was taken in October, November time, 2021. So that's exactly a year ago. So this executive order was produced in September 2022. This full section, the executive order was signed and everything back in March 2022. So we got to pay attention to the timelines here, okay? This survey that I just said that was taken by the Federal Reserve, which is called the Survey of Household Economics and Decision Making. This survey was taken back in October, November 2021. Fast forward, March 9th and March 22nd, you have this new bill and executive order introduced and signed. Fast forward to September 2022, you now are able to print off what the executive order is saying from the U.S. Department of the Treasury. So things are moving very, very fast, and that is the reason why I'm introducing it in such a way to our particular platform. So I'll say it like this. There's only so much that can be explained for Bird Dog specifically. Mastery of lead generation, eventually becoming an acquisitions manager or wholesaler or even small business owner as a Bird Dog. There's only so much you can do. All that is explained on our website. All that is in our course. All that is even in the YouTube videos that are specified on our website and on our channel. It goes so far. Now, with there being a new financial system, everything has evolved. So while there was a cap, while there was a glass ceiling on what you could do as a Bird Dog, and then after that point, you got to be a wholesaler, you got to be an acquisitions manager, you got to do something different. You can't just stay at Bird Dog forever, unless that's what you do in your spare time and you're not making a career out of it. You're still on the verge of eventually buying your own property and or starting your own real estate business. So now, with this being the reality of our climate, you now have the opportunity to create a position in someone else's business as a crypto asset manager. Because different real estate companies are going to need someone who specializes in this topic specifically. That's where you can come in. So you haven't closed a deal yet. You're still learning about lead generation. You're still learning about the numbers. You're still learning about contracts. You've still been a Bird Dog for a little while. Not that that's an issue, not that that's a problem. I started at that place. A lot of people here in this group have started at that place. Now that things are so different, it's no longer, I'm going to do this as a Bird Dog, I'm going to do that as a Bird Dog, then I'm going to be a wholesaler. Now it's, hold on. Now I gotta look at things a little differently because the whole financial system is changing. I can be an asset to many different wholesalers if you're not, working exclusively with one particular investor. I can be an asset to this many different wholesalers and investors and buyers just by knowing how to manage crypto assets. You see how that creates your own space, your own niche, even without owning the real estate property, because the only thing that stops a lot of people from owning the property is the financial backing. So not everybody wants to use funding. A lot of people really just want to use cash or, cryptocurrency. They just want to pay for it and that be it, instead of making payments. So if you're one of those types of individuals, which I really am, I prefer not to use funding for particular certain things. So it's like you create your own space within something that's this specialized and this niche and this specific. Learning about Web3, learning about DeFi, and learning how crypto assets can not just benefit the investor, because it's not so much just benefiting the investor, it's preparing them for what the future holds. You probably could be a consultant of some sort, but I feel like it will be more useful to have a place as a crypto asset manager within these spaces, simply because it's needed. It's not so much, hey, I'm going to tell you about Web3, I'm going to tell you about blockchain investing, then I'm going to be on about my business. We just had a consultation for 2 hours. This is something that is going to be like, people are going to need to hire individuals to handle these things on a regular basis, because it is so new and so different. A lot of people won't even want to learn about this stuff. However, it's the reality of the times. So that's where I want you to look at yourself and be like, okay, do I like this tech stuff? You know, am I into this? Can I be an asset to somebody by teaching them about this? Am I going to read through the laws and see exactly what we can and can't do as real estate investors as the financial infrastructure innovates? So that's what I really want you guys to think about, okay? Okay. So trading, I'm not going to read too much about trading because, you know, we're not really talking about trading here. This is, this space that we have is about investing in properties. And so trading, that's a way for you to gain capital. So let's say you're wholesaling, or you are Bird Dog, and you know you built up a couple $1,000s and you're like, how can I flip that money quick? Okay, you could trade cryptocurrency and flip it, make quick dollars, and then you're able to invest in property yourself. That sort of thing. Or at least get a good down payment if you're not able to buy 100% cash. So trading is a way to build capital. All right, so centralized crypto asset lending platforms offer products that are marketed as forms of high yield savings or deposit-like products in different forms under which users can lend out their crypto assets. In these scenarios, crypto assets serve as the sole source of collateral used to facilitate transactions involving other crypto assets. Platforms may attract users by promising to pay returns that are far greater than those offered by traditional banks. And then, you know, one thing that the government disagrees with is the terminology used by some crypto institutions. And it's just for the simplicity of it. I get why they would be upset by it, but it's just for the simplicity. They're saying inappropriately use bank-like terms such as savings account deposit or annual percentage yield, or APY, and other promotional tactics that can obscure the associated risk. And that makes sense simply because since it's not a traditional financial institution or a bank, using those terms are a bit misleading. However, in order for people to completely comprehend what the concept is, that is why a lot of crypto companies use terminology like that. If you are saving your cryptocurrency in an account and it's earning interest, what is that? A savings account. So that's the reason why they would even use that type of terminology. And that is why I also said lenders would greatly benefit from learning about this firsthand as well. So let's say you're a Bird Dog, right? And you study up on what's going on with crypto assets according to the executive order, okay? You can be an asset, literally, to not just wholesalers and buyers, other investors. You could be an asset to private and hard money lenders. It's like, hey, this is going on in the United States government. You should definitely add this aspect to your lending business so you can earn even more money in this particular way, or increase the way you can make money. Because while people are still going to be using traditional forms of funding, many people are going to need forms of crypto funding, because that's what they want to do, and that sometimes will be necessary for certain individuals. And you guys already know they're cracking down on that whole $600 thing as far as making certain amounts of money, and the government coming to see how much you're making and stuff like that. People are going to move over to decentralized forms of money keeping and money making to avoid having to go through that, at least for the time being. I'm just being completely honest, because I feel like it's ridiculous to look at how much someone's making if it's less than a few $1,000s, but they're cracking down on $600. So With that being said, people are going to be moving into more discreet ways of having their finances in general. So with a hard money or private money lender being in this space, they would be able to expand their way of being able to lend out money for real estate investors. While they're talking about, it's specifically crypto assets, like I said, you can tokenize a real estate property. So crypto lending, crypto funding can go to that tokenized property. It's like that. The source of the high yields on these types of products is not entirely clear, but crypto asset firms purport to generate them using some combination of interest earned interest earned by the platforms on short-term loans of these crypto assets, returns gained by investing customers' crypto assets on in other crypto assets and traditional financial instruments such as securities, or in other centralized or decentralized yield generating projects. Staking fees or rewards granted to those staking crypto assets in order to be used towards validation of proof of stake consensus mechanisms used on certain blockchain protocols, or other income generated through holding certain crypto assets. Okay, I'm going to skip a little bit. All this is directly on the Bird Dog Real Estate page, so you can go straight to that and then read what I'm reading. Or you can go directly to our website and go to the cryptocurrency and blockchains investors group. And all the posts will be there. Then it's talking about the different coins and rewards that individuals can get. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. Let me see. It was talking about governance tokens. Okay, yeah, here it's talking about crypto asset loans and stuff like that. So again, lenders definitely look on that. I'm looking for the part where it was talking about governance tokens. So I don't see that particular part yet, but my entire point of bringing that up is, okay, I'll find it, but it was there. Anyway, a governance token is basically the ability to influence that particular cryptocurrency institution, right? So a group of individuals are able to vote and share their thought process on how a particular cryptocurrency or crypto asset institution should be run, how it should operate, and they affect the value of it in the particular market. And so familiarize yourself with these different terminologies and how they can be used in real estate. So I'm going to talk again about how they can be used in real estate investing. So potential opportunities in NFTs. NFTs have a number of potential future applications, including enabling the record keeping and verification of transfers in real estate ownership, facilitating automatic royalty payments for music and film, and other forms of royalty payments as well, not just, the arts. Preventing duplication and counterfeits of the titling of other property and consumer goods, enabling more digital credentials, including identification, licensing, certification, and facilitating financial industry legal compliance. NFTs have the potential to function across both digital spaces and the physical world. As a result, NFTs can include features that serve as membership cards or tickets, providing access to events, exclusive merchandise, and special discounts. However, Many of the potential NFT use cases are still materializing, and in due part to evolving technological and legal landscape, including with respect to licensing contracts, copyright and intellectual property, anti-money laundering, and data protection. And so, with that being said, this is the actual law, you guys. So, this is the actual information that has now been signed into law into our United States government. So we are looking at the actual future of investing. This isn't just like a cool clickbaitish title for me to get likes and like for me to get views to, just to be talking on camera. Like, this is actual law that you can look up. And of course you can look it up on Google. It's just these particular breakdowns and where I'm making it specific for us as real estate investors, all that is broken down on our actual website. Literally, you go there, you go to our groups page. First you go to our community tab, and then you click on our groups page. Then you go down to the cryptocurrency and blockchain investors group. You join it. That's for free. You join it, and then you're able to see everything. So let's go to the case of the the FTX company crash with Sam Bankman-Fried. Okay, it is what it is with Sam Bankman-Fried. He started his company. It was what it was. Things did not go well. All of that. What I wrote about in particular in our group was Kevin O'Leary. So a lot of us know who Kevin O'Leary is. Kevin O'Leary is Mr. Wonderful, big star on Shark Tank. He's a professional business buyer, a professional business investor. This is what he does for a living. So I just found it very interesting that he, rather blindly partnered with someone. I'm saying this out of everybody. Out of everybody, we're talking the stadium where the Miami Heat play. We're talking MLB. We're talking about the managers. Apparently, BlackRock is involved. So we're talking about the managers who manage Shaquille O'Neal's brand ambassador deals. Tom Brady. Plenty of other people, different YouTubers. A lot of y'all know who Meet Kevin is. We're talking about Graham Stephan. Different guys like that. It's only so much credit that we can give to them for being ignorant. But let's talk about Kevin O'Leary. Of all individuals, we'd expect him to do the most due diligence, as this is his career as a professional business buyer, a professional business investor. So I pay very close attention to the lawsuit docket. I'm studying that. You can also download that off the Bird Dog Real Estate group as well, the cryptocurrency and blockchain investors group on the website. I'm studying it very closely. And there's a lot going on. So apparently, one of the reasons this exploded so much, again, with the guys from Shark Tank, Mark Cuban, I'm pretty sure the company's called Voyager. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Don't quote me on that one. I'm still studying. But FTX was supposed to be buying Voyager, helping them out of their bankruptcy. And instead of being honest and being like, hey, no, we can't buy you, we're, dealing with our own thing, they went ahead and were like, oh, yeah, we're going to bail you out and, we're going to all be good and everything like that. So they took on Voyager with Mark Cuban. And now FTX, which is partnered with Kevin O'Leary, everybody's underwater now. Everybody's in bankruptcy. So why do I say that? My main goal is to make sure that we all are not in the position that they're in. That particular situation is a $50 billion case. I kid you not. You can read the lawsuit docket and bankruptcy information yourself. They're saying it's anywhere from 10 to $50 billion. I feel like it could be more, considering the fact that they had acquired other companies. And they were just, the documentation was so messy, apparently, that no one was able to find anything. So, and then crypto coins are so volatile in nature anyway, So there's no telling what other coins on their platform were going up in value during this fluctuation period. And so us as real estate professionals, we definitely have to look at this particular situation as finance is changing as a whole. This is going to affect a lot of people. It's already affecting a lot of people. Like in general, this FTX crash, and it's affecting BlockFi, Genesis, and other cryptocurrency spaces, different exchanges and whatnot. We have to take that very seriously. So it does open up doors for more independent. Like I said, you know, if you're a hard money lender or a private money lender, you could definitely start your own small exchange that's based on real estate. The reason that everybody's in bankruptcy with these cryptocurrency exchanges is because there were no stable coins. The illusion was that there were stable coins involved, however, there weren't. Real estate is a stable asset. Even though it does change in value, that's only according to the US dollar. That's only when the markets change. Real estate itself is a stable asset. So if you're a private or hard money lender and you create a new space within your lending that is centered around crypto assets, not only are you able to make bank because it's already money, it's just you're opening up a new avenue for a different type of investor to work with you versus traditional investors. Of course, you can still work with traditional investors with your traditional lending. However, opening up that other avenue gives you more space to do more things. And then you as a bird dog, while you're learning how to become an investor, you're also, I'm just saying this is just what it is in the future. You're going to have to learn about crypto assets. This is now in the law. This is a financial innovation that is happening. It's not, oh, I want to invest in crypto or not. No, it's just the United States government has created their own currency. Electronic currency and security hardware, eCash. Look it up. It's in our group. You can Google it. So I'm just sharing this information with you guys to, you know, put you up on game about exactly what's going on. I appreciate everybody who peeked in to watch and everybody who's catching the replay. Make sure you leave any questions in the comment box. Also, like I said, you can visit the website. Make sure you like our page, Bird Dog Real Estate. You follow us on Instagram at Bird Dog Real Estate. And especially if you're into the crypto stuff, follow us on Twitter, REI Bird Dog, where, you know, it's different posts and stuff like that. We can be on different Twitter threads. And that's where we're learning a lot of information about Web3 and DeFi and different things on the blockchain and different stuff like that. There's a lot of interesting posts on our website. I'm really enjoying learning about this particular space. So definitely get in on the conversation in our cryptocurrency and blockchain investors group on the website. Healing and gratitude, son. And so, yeah. And also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is at Bird Dog Real Estate as well. And so, yeah. You know, and also for wholesalers and people who are advancing in their careers, we do have the group Six-Figure Wholesalers. That one is free. We do have our mastermind group, which is not free, but we have the Six-Figure Wholesalers group, which is free for you to join. And so there are some posts that are about crypto assets, but not too many. It's mostly about the millionaire mindset, because even though we use the term six figure, that can mean 6-figure years, 6-figure months, 6-figure deals. Okay, it's not always just 6-figure income. All right, so yeah, this has been Ellie, aka QBDG, Queen Bird Dog Guru, coming to you from BDRE, Bird Dog Real Estate. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks, Bird Dog fam.